UFC returns to action on Saturday night for UFC Vegas 32 in Las Vegas, Nevada. In the main event, former Bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw faced Cory Sandhagen, and MMA on the Go has the results. Diana Belbita earned her first UFC win on Saturday with her striking skills, defeating Goldy via unanimous decision. Belbita hurt Goldy with punches numerous times during their fight. Her best moment was in the opening frame, where she landed a right hook that knocked Goldy down. She continued after with a flurry of strikes on the feet, although Goldy stopped her momentum with a takedown.
Diana, the Warrior Princess, Belbita!
Sijara Eubanks had a dominant win over undefeated flyweight Elise on Saturday, stopping her in just under a round with strikes. The referee stopped the fight in the final minute of the first round after Eubanks landed numerous ground and pound strikes from full mount. Eubanks was successful throughout the opening round, scoring a takedown early and controlling Reed. Eubanks was moving down from bantamweight for the bout. The win on Saturday snapped a two-fight losing streak for her. Julio Arce's sharp strikes allowed him to stop Ewell in the second round of their fight. Constantly landing with his left cross and visibly hurting Ewell, the referee made the move to end the fight near the end of the second frame. Arce backed Ewell up in the second round with a series of left hands that hurt him. After scoring a series of punches, the fight finished on the feet. Ewell had been hurt in the previous round by a left hand from Arce as well.
Julio Arce!
Gall showed dominance all around on his prelim fight, hurting Jordan Williams and eventually submitting him halfway through the opening round. Returning after the longest layoff of his pro career, Gall locked in a rear naked choke for the tap from Williams. Gall was able to do damage to Williams earlier in the round with striking. Gall dropped Williams in the opening minute with a right hook from a clinch position. He tried to follow up the knockdown with a submission on the ground, although Williams was able to return to the feet. Nassourdine Imavov continued his climb up the middleweight division with a stoppage win over Heinisch on Saturday's prelims. Imavov finished the fight in the second round with a slick combination of strikes. After hurting Heinisch with a series of punches, Imavov scored with a knee that seated Heinisch down. Imavov continued to land punches on the ground until the referee finished the fight. Imavov was active earlier in the fight, having a higher output of strikes than Heinisch.
Nassourdine Imavov!
Brendan Allen handed Punahele Soriano his first pro loss on Saturday, defeating him via unanimous decision after 3 rounds. Allen was given the scorecard nod after a 3-round striking battle. Soriano started the fight hot, showing power with his punches in the opening round. His explosiveness started to wane in the second round along with his volume of strike output as cardio increasingly became an issue for him.
Brendan All In Allen!
Before we finish the video, if you enjoyed this content, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest videos from MMA on the Go. Adrian Yanez made a comeback against Randy Costa to finish him in the second round and continue his undefeated UFC run through 3 fights. Returning from a rough opening round, Yanez took over control in the second round and closed in on a win. After landing 2 shots to the body, Costa, who was backed up against the cage, Yanez landed an uppercut that dropped him. The fight was stopped shortly after Yanez scored a few more punches on the ground.
Adrian Yanez!
Maycee Barber snapped a 2-fight losing streak on the main card, defeating Miranda Maverick via split decision. The decision caused divided opinions in the venue and online. Former fighter and UFC commentator Daniel Cormier mentioned on the broadcast that he disagreed with the booking. Maverick outlanded Barber throughout the fight, although Barber trailed behind and kept the fight close.
Maycee, the future Barber!
After being dominated in the first round, Darren Elkins was able to turn his fight around against Derek Minner and finish him in the second round with ground and pound strikes. Elkins took over halfway through the fight, taking top control on the ground and landing a series of short punches to the head of Minner. After landing a long series of shots that went unanswered, the referee stopped the fight and gave Elkins the win. Minner's wrestling skills allowed him to snag the opening round, putting Elkins on his back and hurting him with strikes for the first 5 minutes.
Darren the Damage Elkins!
Raulian Paiva moved his win streak to 3 consecutive in the co-main event, defeating Kyler Phillips via majority decision. The fight saw Phillips start hot with Paiva evading a near stoppage and finishing as the much fresher fighter. Phillips succeeded in a hectic opening round against Paiva. His performance culminated in the final minute of the frame, where he hurt Paiva with an elbow, then followed up with numerous shots on the ground, in a sequence that nearly sounded the end to the fight. He outlanded Paiva throughout the round, something he wasn't able to do in the following rounds. Former UFC Bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw scored a close win in his return to the octagon, taking a split decision victory over Cory Sandhagen after 5 rounds of battle. The back-and-forth fight saw Dillashaw have a slow start, suffering a deep cut on his right eyebrow and an injury to his right knee in the couple of opening rounds in the fight. Sandhagen had some hectic moments in the first round. He tried an inverted triangle choke after connecting with a flying knee to the head of Dillashaw in the second minute of the fight. Dillashaw was able to escape the position and return to the feet. Dillashaw finished the first round strong, landing a series of punches on the ground while tied up in a leg position with Sandhagen.
TJ